Hey guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El here again with a product review. So I was talking to you guys about the tilter rig. Right now we're going to be going more into it. I'm going to set it all up for you. As you can see, I'm not in my usual film attire. No more Beaner Schnitzel. I got my hair did. Anyways, so what happened is I'm going to get this all together for you. I'm going to review the slider, in the best way I could do. I'm going to review this little thing. I mean, you're going to see how it looks when it's all on, in there and everything, in the tilter rig itself, with the battery plate and all of that. Now, remember, guys, this thing, Juice Link. I'm going to be reviewing all of that with the Manhattan LCD as well. So you guys are going to see, I'm going to put footage up for you guys, so you guys are going to see the difference between flat image and also color graded image that comes out of this camera. So let's get to it. So guys, as you can see, this is the brand new Icon Tilta rig right here, with the Film City matte box, with a filter right here that I put on, an ND filter, with a 50mm 1.4. I'm not going to be shooting on a wide open. As you can see, I had to actually lower it down to 2.0 in terms of f-stop. I got a Juice Link right here and this monitor right here, as you can see. Now remember, this is the Blackmagic 4K camera with the Power U battery 130, which actually powers this up and the camera up at exactly 4 hours and 45 minutes. This thing, of course, has a record button that you can use here. It also can turn into a shoulder mount, which is the shoulder mount rig right here. Just to let you guys know, it also comes with a handle. I put in this. This is a very, I wanted to tell you guys, a lot of people say stay away from the cheap ones. Guys, this thing holds its own. I bought it for like $5 each. You could get like a ton of them. This is the Manhattan LCD, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to tell you something. I sent it back and they put SDI inputs in there. I mean, they'd always had the cutout and they put it for me. This is worth it. I mean, if you could look, this is a lot of real estate that you can look at, and it's great for focus assist and all that good stuff. It's really, really good. Anyway, so now we're gonna do the test, and I'm gonna go into the camera mode. Obviously, I'm not gonna use the Juice Link right now. I'm not gonna use an actual professional, a professional mic here. I'm gonna use the onboard mic, and you'll see it's pretty clear. It is pretty, it's not that bad of a day. It looks pretty clear, but at the same time, it is very windy out here, so we'll see what we can get. All right, so let's go to the camera. Have a good one. Take care, bye. Okay, guys, so this is the ASA 200. Again, shutter speed at about 180. They're called something else here completely. 23.98 FPS, ProRes 4K. As you can see, it looks pretty freaking awesome. It shoots a very flat image, sort of like the Alexa when I used the Alexa before, or the Red cameras, except this thing that has global shutters, so it's pretty freaking awesome. And I really like what I'm seeing here, and I can't wait to see what the raw footage looks like. Now we're going to go to the 800 ASA. Okay, guys, so this is the ASA 200. Again, shutter speed at about 180. They're called something else here completely. 23.98 FPS, ProRes 4K. As you can see, it looks pretty freaking awesome. It shoots a very flat image, sort of like the Alexa when I used the Alexa before, or the Red cameras, except this thing that has global shutters, so it's pretty freaking awesome. And I really like what I'm seeing here, and I can't wait to see what the raw footage looks like. Now we're going to go to the 800 ASA. Okay, guys, this is ASA 400. Right now recording at 23.98 FPS at ProRes 4K. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. A little bit of zebras on the nose, a little overexposure, but I took it to 2.0 on f-stop because I'm not going to do it on wide open right now. It's pretty, it's going to be very overexposed. All right, so now we're going to go into the 200 range. Okay, guys, this is ASA 400. Right now recording at 23.98 FPS at ProRes 4K. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. A little bit of zebras on the nose, a little overexposure, but I took it to 2.0 on f-stop because I'm not going to do it on wide open right now. It's pretty, it's going to be very overexposed. All right, so now we're going to go into the 200 range. Okay, guys, this is 800 ASA on a 50mm lens on 2 f-stop. That's what I'm using right now, a 50 millimeter on a 2 f-stop instead of the 1.4 because it was overexposed. As you can see, flat image. Now remember, this camera is designed to shoot at 400 ASA. Just to let you guys know, I'm shooting at 5600 Kelvin, which because we're outside right now. To be honest, it doesn't make a difference to me. I usually know how to control that stuff in post-production, but it is pretty awesome. As you can see, we are sacrificing a little bit of depth of field here, even though I have my ND filter. It's just because I'm not shooting wide open. I have to lower it to about 2, and I'm not really going too close into him, but we will go through the other lenses of we're going to go into right now the 135 millimeter lens at 2.8 f-stop. So we'll see you guys in about a few. Have a good one. Take care. Bye. Okay guys, this is 800 ASA on a 50 millimeter lens on 2 f-stop. That's what I'm using right now, a 50 millimeter on a 2 f-stop instead of the 1.4 because it was overexposed. As you can see, flat image. Now remember, this camera is designed to shoot at 400 ASA. Just to let you guys know, I'm shooting at 5600 Kelvin, which because we're outside right now. To be honest, it doesn't make a difference to me. I usually know how to control that stuff in post-production, but it is pretty awesome. As you can see, we are sacrificing a little bit of depth of field here, even though I have my ND filter. It's just because I'm not shooting wide open. I have to lower it to about 2, and I'm not really going too close into him, but we will go through the other lenses of we're going to go into right now the 135 millimeter lens at 2.8 f-stop. So we'll see you guys in about a few. Have a good one. Take care. Bye. This is 400 ASA, people. Right now, as you can see. Let's see if I can get in focus a little more. Yeah, right here. Really nice. Look at the hair strands right here. Now remember, there's no moire, and I want to show you guys something. You see this? No, no rolling shutters at all. Global shutters right here. That's the plus about it. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty awesome for an image right here. Let me just see right here. Get it right and focus here. And of course, if I had my other lenses, the 105 millimeter, you'd see his eyes really, deep inside with a macro lens. But I mean, this is freaking awesome. I mean, guys, you got to look at this. This footage right here is pretty awesome. So anyways, gonna get back to you guys and hopefully put it up by today. If not, by next week. We'll see what happens. But you'll see it when you see it. Have a good one, guys. Subscribe. Oh, you know what? Let me do a final review on this. So I'm just talking to let you know exactly what's the good stuff about it and what's the bad stuff about it, just so you guys know. Have a good one. This is 400 ASA, people. Right now, as you can see. Let's see if I can get in focus a little more. Yeah, right here. Really nice. Look at the hair strands right here. Now remember, there's no moire, and I want to show you guys something. You see this? No, no rolling shutters at all. Global shutters right here. That's the plus about it. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty awesome for an image right here. Let me just see right here. Get it right and focus here. And of course, if I had my other lenses, the 105 millimeter, you'd see his eyes really, deep inside with a macro lens. But I mean, this is freaking awesome. I mean, guys, you got to look at this. This footage right here is pretty awesome. So anyways, gonna get back to you guys and hopefully put it up by today. If not, by next week. We'll see what happens. But you'll see it when you see it. Have a good one, guys. Subscribe. Oh, you know what? Let me do a final review on this. So I'm just talking to let you know exactly what's the good stuff about it and what's the bad stuff about it, just so you guys know. Have a good one. Okay guys, as you can see, it's windy as hell out here. 400 ASA right here, recommended settings. Look how beautiful this image looks at 11 millimeter, and I'm going to go all the way up to 16. Okay, so look at that beautiful image it actually gives. I love the highlights on it. Everything is being captured at 2.8, 400 ASA, 23.98, 76 obviously, 5600 Kelvin at 4K. So now let me just take it right back here to 11. Now let's get that to 800. Okay Guys, as you can see, it's windy as hell out here. 400 ASA right here, recommended settings. Look how beautiful this image looks at 11mm, and now I'm going to go all the way up to 16. Okay, so look at that beautiful image it actually gives. I love the highlights on it. Everything is being captured. 2.8, 400 ASA, 23.98, 76 obviously, 5600 Kelvin at 4K. So now let me just take it right back here to 11. Now let's get that to 800. Okay guys, 800 ASA right here. And now we're going to go back into, well, let me get that in focus right here. Look how beautiful everything looks. Now we're going to take it to, from 11mm to 16mm right here. As you can see, look how beautiful everything's shot flat. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the flat image. I'm going to actually color grade it, or maybe you know what, I'll do a flat image and then a color grading version, so, you know, so you'll have, I don't know, you'll see the difference between both of them. But as you can see, he's wearing a red jacket right here, just to let you guys know. It looks kind of orange over here because it's shooting flat. So we're going to need to do some work, obviously, on it in post-production. 23.98, 4K, you know, ProRes 4K. Okay, so we're going to stop it right here and go back to 50mm. This time I'm going to shoot it really close and just show you guys exactly the depth of field on that. Okay, so be back in a few. Okay guys, 800 ASA right here. And now we're going to go back into, well, let me get that in focus right here. Look how beautiful everything looks. Now we're going to take it to, from 11mm to 16mm right here. As you can see, look how beautiful everything's shot flat. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the flat image. I'm going to actually color grade it, or maybe you know what, I'll do a flat image and then a color grading version, so, you know, so you'll have, I don't know, you'll see the difference between both of them. But as you can see, he's wearing a red jacket right here, just to let you guys know. It looks kind of orange over here because it's shooting flat. So we're going to need to do some work, obviously, on it in post-production. 23.98, 4K, you know, ProRes 4K. Okay, so we're going to stop it right here and go back to 50mm. This time I'm going to shoot it really close and just show you guys exactly the depth of field on that. Okay, so be back in a few. So guys, so I hope, I know I didn't bring any of the ND filters with me here, that we could have done a better test perhaps for you. But the thing is, as you can see, it's shooting great. There's no vertical banding whatsoever. It's everything right here. I mean, we're shooting at a pretty, it's like a basic day, I mean, kind of cloudy up here. Now I'm going to tell you, here's the things that I like about this camera. The thing I love about this camera is that it shoots flat images at ProRes 4K, but here's the kicker, you're also going to get RAW. That's coming very soon, hopefully. I spoke to the guy in Blackmagic. He said once it's a little bit mass-produced, it's gonna, you know, you're going to get RAW. I use, obviously, the Kingston, but you could also use the, you know, the expensive one, but you could also use the Samsung 830. I had no problems with that originally. It's just you need to get a spacer, as I mentioned, you know, in the other video. The thing is, what I don't like about this camera, and I'm going to tell you right now, the thing I don't like about this camera is until now there is no VU meters whatsoever, which is ridiculous, because even in like $300 cameras, yeah, even on my iPhone, I got you know, a VU meter, which is ridiculous. You got to put that on there. It's really easy to do. Now, a lot of the, I mean, one of the guys there said something so stupid. He said that not a lot of people want it. Everybody on every forum wants VU meters on the Blackmagic cinema camera and on the 4K camera, and pretty much all the cameras. There should not be a reason why it's not there. Of course, we could use always second-hand, you know, I mean, second system recordings like the Zoom H4n or the, you know, or the, you know, all other types of things, or using it through preamps. But so I want to have that ability to have a good scratch, you know, recording past the windy conditions and all that. And also sometimes when I do run and gun, I mean, why should I have to beg for it? This is something that is really simple to do, and I hope if they can do it, they can give it to people of open source that they can do it. Now here's another bad thing about the 4K camera. Okay, so the bad thing is that some people said they had vertical banding in their footage, and it wasn't good. It wasn't recalibrated. You know, it wasn't calibrated correctly, and they had to send it back and get it. You know, I mean, I got mine about less than a month ago. So, you know, because of that, I don't seem to see any problems thus far here. The sound is better than the BMCC original. ProRes is incredible. As you can see, it shoots flat images, it shoots great. I would want to have RAW. I definitely want to have RAW as soon as possible. And let's see, so the things I love about it, I mean, the 4K, it's 4K, it's great. I mean, it's you know, not exactly 4K, it's about like 200 lines, a little bit, you know, that you have to increase, which is not a lot, but to make it exactly 4K camera. The thing is, you have so much real estate to work with. When you down crop it, I mean, when you crop it down to like about HD, you're going to get the most crispiest HD, and 2K for projection or 3K, you're going to be able to shrink that down from 4K, and also future-proof your production. The thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is when you get this Blackmagic camera, it's not a $3,000 camera. Okay, you're getting, it's like when you buy the red camera, and I love this better than the red, and I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, the sun, you're going to have like the purple thing, and then the red they own. But the thing is, it's better than the red because it has global shutters. Also, though, I tell you that you got to consider this like the red camera. You're buying the brain for $3,000. Okay, so just the brain costs $3,000. You have to add to it lenses. You got to add to it the SD cards, the SDD cards. You got to add to you know, the hard drives. You got to add to it hard drives on your computer to, you know, to get all of those things. You need mat boxes, filters. I mean, you name it. A mounting system. You can't carry it like this. I mean, I've tried it. I mean, you could get somewhat anything that you need, like freaking gears. You need a lot of things you need for the camera, but to get it up and running, I would say another $1,000. The monitor on it, I do not like. In fact, I wish they never had that monitor on top of that. I like having my own monitor. As you saw, the Manhattan LCD, I have a lot of real estate to look at for focusing and all of that great, you know, good stuff. The thing is, I would not want to have that little camera. It's annoying. The button I don't like either, because what happens is, you know, either on that, when you put it on the case, sometimes the button on the on button can be pressed, and that battery is going to be drained. And don't forget that the camera heats up really, really quickly, and it has the venting holes in the bottom. Now, if you close it up and put it in a backpack, you're asking for trouble, because what happens is it's going to overheat and God knows what's going to happen. So it would have been nice if you could, if they had an option where you could just like hold the button down for like 5 seconds before it turns on, instead of just a quick button and to shut it off. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy that you have to shut it off. You have to hold it down for like 2-3 seconds, but to turn it on is just one click. It doesn't make any sense. So I hope they can address these things in firmware. Also on the vertical banding, I have not seen anything that's vertical banding on here, as you can see. But the thing is, I would like for them to correct it. I don't think that's a firmware issue. I think that's a calibrating issue. But if it is a firmware issue, I would hope that they would fix that ASAP, because through firmware, I mean, you can make this camera. You know, don't settle, Blackmagic. Don't settle for something like basic. Try to completely blow everybody out the water. You're already doing a good job. You did a horrible job in terms of your production service, which you obviously lied about it when you told me on NAB and all those other things that you would not have problems with, you know, producing the cameras, which you had. But then again, you knocked out $1,000, which is great. But at the same time, you know, make this camera what it was meant to be. Be the company that you were before, the company that I always went to, the company that has high quality products, and blow everybody out the water. And I gotta tell you, thank you, Blackmagic, for this camera. This is one hell of a camera. I can't wait to start filming on it. I already have like tons of LUTs that I would want to work on and probably give it to you guys on downloading for free. But the thing is, that's where it's lacking, and I hope that you guys can fix those things and make this camera what it was meant to be. Anyways, thank you guys. Thumbs up, like, dislike, comment. We're here in the park over here. I grew up in this neighborhood here, New York City. So you know, so New York City is all awesome. I love the way it looks here. Everything just. I'm going to be shooting my music video around in a couple of scenes in this area right here. So I figured this would be pretty cool. The next video I'm going to be doing is probably for the slider that I bought. That's really cheap, so about like $149. The mat box obviously cost about $130 from Film City, India product. The battery, of course, you know, is freaking amazing. You can get it on eBay for like about $100 and was it about $300 for 2 of them I got. And get the Tilta rig, you know, for that. Juice Link, of course, made in the United States. I recommend you guys buy them. And hopefully they have the VU meters that we can get. And the Manhattan LCD.
That's also made in New York City and made in America. So guys, I would really like for you guys to buy as much American-made products as you possibly can. As you can see, like the follow focus and the matte box I got from India. So some things, you know, you can't get here, that, you know, they're assembled elsewhere, unfortunately. But buy as much as possible as American as you could possibly get. But, you know, and then you buy stuff like the batteries and everything else that you can get, whatever you could get cheaper. You know, but basically that's what it is, a rail system, a good tripod. I got a Bogan 503 on this, my old one. I just figured I'd use that because, you know, I wanted to stay loyal to old school, what I used with my HVX. So a lot of you guys who thought that this camera was weighing a ton, when you rig it up, it's going to weigh some, right? But the thing is, if you guys, you know, you got to stay away from DSLRs. They're not professional cameras, and DSLRs are very light. And I understand that those of you that are going from that into this are going to think that. I've dealt with professional cameras. This camera is a pleasure. It's light. It is, to me, it's a low light monster. I love it. To people that shooting on full frame sensors on a DSLR, again, not professional, on horrible codecs, are going to not like this camera for its low light capabilities. I love it. And it teaches you the right way of lighting, which you're going to need. I worked with film all my life, big cameras, big everything. And I got to tell you, it's a pleasure to balance this one on a Steadicam. Because it has that nice, you know, ratio of weight from the top to the bottom, where the DSLRs was like a bitch to balance out. So guys, you're going to love this camera. Believe it or not, you could strip it down to being this small on a slider, or you could, you know, make it big with a shoulder mount and the whole shebang. I'm not going to show you exactly how stable the shoulder mount is. I mean, that's common sense. Shoulder mounts are shoulder mounts. You'll get them just about anywhere. I just got that because it matches the tilter rig. So you guys saw my shoulder mount. I recommend you guys get it. It's really comfortable. And, you know, you can use the battery as a counterweight. So, let's see. Is that all I got here? Yeah, and, you know, yeah, pretty much the follow focus I was telling you guys about. But guys, go for the Manhattan LCD. It's cheap. Juice Link, really awesome for a preamp. You know, really awesome to get. And you know, most of my stuff I shoot on two systems, but I also like getting it directly in the camera when I'm doing documentaries or run and gun. And yes, this could be a run and gun. With the tilter rig, you have the handle and you can do a run and gun shoot. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys like this. Comment, subscribe, like, dislike. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one.
Okay guys, so like I said, I was going to tell you a little bit more things about this, that I just received an update from Blackmagic. Guess what guys, histogram and audio meters are going to be on this. Okay, so they're doing that in the update, and for those who have vertical banding, I heard that they're working on it right now, so just to let you know. Now here's another thing that I'm not a big fan of, the fact that it has a screen, which is pretty good, but let me tell you something, it's exposed, there's nothing to close it, so if it cracks, you have no way of controlling this camera. Now there is something I do like about it. There is hold on, I'm going to show you right now. Here we go, a record button over here, which is pretty useful because when you're going to be, you know, putting your battery plates and everything on it, it might block this screen. So instead of pressing record here, you could always press it in the front over here and, you know, do it. It's pretty awesome. Also, they're working on some bug fixes for the focus assist and iris and all that. But the fact that they're going to have histograms and the VU meters are coming in that, and RAW is coming in the next update as well, they said. So because of that, this camera is going to be the total update. Now, I know a lot of guys are pretty pissed off that they came out now with another camera, but guys, that other camera is going to be extremely huge. You can't travel with it at all because it's going to be about 15 to 16 pounds. It's extremely big. It has exposed areas on both sides, a 10-inch monitor, which is ridiculous. But here's the thing, it uses SXS cards. You know what that is? 128 gigabytes of that is going to cost you about over $1,000. Okay, so you can't, what are you going to film on 4K on 128? You're going to need at least 512. So you're going to invest about $3,000 to another $4,000 for a regular shoot, which is ridiculous. On top of what it costs, which is about $6,000 for the camera alone and all of that. So if you have the money to spend and shell out that kind of serious cash, I mean, that's up to you. But guys, again, it's not, the form factor of that camera is extremely big, and you shouldn't feel pissed off because that camera is, you know, it's not made for portability nor run and gun. It's used for like productions where you're going to put it on top of a tripod. So, I mean, you know, like things like that, like they do in broadcast. So if you guys want to get it, go ahead, get it by all means. It's not a comfortable camera to get. This baby here is small. It has the same sensor, exactly the same, just a small form factor, a small footprint, which you could do so much to it, you know, on it. The other camera, it's not just for a single person. You need a lot of people on it as well, you know, to pretty much control one on each side or whatever, or you could possibly do it yourself. But there's nothing to be pissed off about, especially because it's going to cost you about anywhere from $9,000 to $10,000 to actually run it, and that's not including lenses or any type of solution, you know, that you're going to need, like a preamp or second recording system. So just letting you guys know, nothing to be pissed off about. This thing is about to come out with RAW on it on 4K, which is remarkable, even though the ProRes is pretty awesome by itself. And also, you know, if they, you know, I wish they could have some way to cover the screen to protect it, because if anything happens to the screen, you're kind of screwed. But again, you send it back. It's not that much money to repair. They told me when I was worried about it. And that's about it. So now, I mean, everything I said that I didn't like, that it didn't have VU meters, all that, it's being corrected now. The histogram wise and all that is being corrected. The sound, the vertical banding, they said they're working on it. So, you know, guys, you're getting a pretty good package for $3,000. Again, it's not $3,000. You're going to have to add on it. It's a whole ecosystem involved. The SSD cards are going to cost you money. The lenses are going to cost you money. And you need a cage. And you don't want to put a crappy cage on it because, again, this is an investment here and you're going to break it. So you need something like the Tilt-A-Rig that I showed you that cost about $999. It is expensive. It's another $1,000, but trust me, it's worth it. You know, it has handles. It could turn into a shoulder mount. It does everything, and it's just worth it, guys. So I mean, out of the box, if you want to film with a basic bread and butter lens, you're gonna need to pay at least about anywhere from about $4,500 to $5,000 for this camera. Of course, you're going to need a tripod, slider, and all that stuff, but I'm not counting that, you know, included. So if you want to, you know, with a slider, everything's, I mean, with you know, everything together, I'm guessing like about $6,000 off the run. But you know, that is so cheap. I mean, I remember buying the HVX Camcorder 200. I spent about close to $6,000 on that one alone, and that just was, you know, just for the camera itself, not the 35mm adapter. This is a sensor 35 on this baby at 4K resolution. It's insane, and all the color grading is obviously on DaVinci Resolve. Now, guess what? They're including from DaVinci Resolve 10, they're including a free upgrade to get this DaVinci Resolve 11. So it's an editing suite as well, all in one. You see I'm using right here you know, Sony Vegas that I got free with the B&H, and if you check out my video, you'll see how I got it free. They had some kind of promotional video, but you know what, I'm promotional thing. So I mean, this is pretty cool for the price, guys. I'm telling you, you're not going to find better, guys. This camera is the best camera out there. No, you know, hands down. Yes, it's 12 stop of dynamic range, but guys, learn to light normally. It'll help you because I use film cameras all the time, and you need to know how to light properly anyway. It has great depth in it. I mean, I love the latitude in it. Could I use an extra stop? Yeah. Could I use 60 frames a second? Of course. It doesn't do 60 frames. I hope that they would release a way to like film at least for like 7 minutes or even like 20 seconds on 60 frames, and it won't cause that much heat damage on this. I mean, how much could it heat it on a 20-second shoot? So I mean, I brought it up to them. Let's hope they, you know, they listen, and maybe they're going to include it, or somebody on open source will include it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, you know, dislike, whatever you guys want to do. Let me know what you think. Like I said, every little thing I'm going to be reviewing, you know, all of that. I'm going to be doing night shots very soon on this too, and I'm going to release that also to show you that mine does not have vertical banding on it whatsoever. Like I said, it only affects a few. So, I mean, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyways, like I said, let me know what you think. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.